Remember, there's some pretty important information here in the disclaimer. You might want to give the video a quick pause and read it.
Oh, hey everybody, it's me, Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog! Just here to remind you that if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. And for even more amazing customs, don't forget to subscribe to Wake Angel 2001! Because between you and me, they're way past cool!
Hello, my friends! This is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with a custom for Sanic Panic Productions. It is Mephiles the Dark. Yes, another one of the good ideas to come out of the unfortunate dumpster fire that was Sonic 2006. But I digress. Sanic Panic specifically stated that he wanted this Mephiles figure to use in a stop-motion show he's planning on making, so I needed to make sure that this guy would be able to pose and stand on his own. Now, I know a lot of people use blue tack to help figures stay stable during stop-motion productions, but, you need to have a flat foot base to work with. But we'll get to that when I get to making the legs. So, let's get started. Just like in Sonic 2006, Mephiles the Dark started out as Shadow, and then he changed. So, let's begin with the arms, as that seems like a pretty good place since I did some cool stuff here. The first thing I did was cut the fists off of his glove cuffs. This way, I could preserve the wrist articulation even though he would be using different hands. By the way, the Shadow's fist got used in another custom, which for now is being kept secret, but it should be revealed soon enough. So what I glued on there instead of his original fists were Wave's hands. Wave the Swallow has fairly large hands, and they're in an open posture. This is good for gesticulating poses, like what Mephiles does, since he tends to talk with his hands a lot. Since he doesn't really have a mouth, and being able to move around his hands while he talks is a good way to have him emote. I also used some sculpt to get those rock-like protrusions on his biceps, as well as his pointy fingers and the rock textures. Like, he has his own glove cuffs, but they're made of rock instead of being made of, glove. The legs, actually this is where most of the sculpting goes in, because I had to remove the feet and then extend the legs so that they would still be as tall without feet. And this is where the most liberty in the design is taken, as completely screen accurate feet would not be able to stand. I have made screen accurate feet with previous Mephiles figures, but those required me to drill a hole into them so he could use a Jazzwares figure stand. That wouldn't do if you want to make a stop motion production, so here I made sure the feet had a wide enough base that he would be able to stand on them. And I guess now that we're looking at this part of the legs, it's time to get into the whole painting aspect. I guess I can talk about it when we look at the head, because the head has some pretty minimal sculpting going in there. But painting a Mephiles figure is always the hardest part. That's because if the paint goes on smooth and perfectly, it would look inauthentic. Mephiles doesn't have smooth looks. He's supposed to look like recently cooled lava. He's rough stone, and some slightly still glowing parts are coming out of there. So, if you paint that smooth, then it's going to look like you're making some glass parody of Mephiles. So, in order to make this specific look for Mephiles, I have to apply a single coat of the paint and not go over it with a second coat. This is insanely difficult because you have to get the design symmetrical. If you fail to get the design symmetrical, then it's just going to look bad. So, making it look rough and making it look bad are two different things, and it's very difficult to capture. It's a little bit easier on his spine points because they're supposed to start out solid and white and then they get more and more diffuse as you go into the black parts of him. So starting with your paintbrush at the tips and then working it down, and as you go down the paint gets used up and you just kind of spread around what's left. That's what creates that rough look. Although it is very difficult to get his central stripe because that's a very specific shape that you have to get in there, and again, it has to be done in one coat or else you're starting over, which, so yes, that is the very difficult and time-consuming process of painting a Mephiles, which I want to make sure you all hear me say, because last time I put that up and didn't explicitly say it, well actually I did say it, but I didn't go into painful explicit detail about it, and I got about a dozen comments about people saying that it didn't look even or look crappy and scratchy. I'm like, really? Oh, I don't know how I managed to miss that. like, yes, it looks rough and scratchy because Mephiles is a rough and scratchy looking character. So yeah, that's about what I had to say about Mephiles. Like, it's a really cool character design, but it is an insanely hard figure to paint. In fact, it's one of the reasons why I don't think we'll ever see an official figure of Mephiles, because no toy company wants to actually go through the crap of making this weird texture appear in the paints on their figures. Like, if it can't be made in a solid color, then I don't want to bother doing it. Well, maybe somebody that does good weathering effects like NECA or something, but like, I'm not expecting to see this come out of Jakks Pacific. No, not with their colorful characters that they make. Alright, so that was the Mephiles the Dark figure. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and we will be coming back with more customs very soon. Thank you all for watching. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.